little bit of a moment trying to get somebody else on the live with me. So I wanted to try one more time just to see if we could get one of the girls in with me. So Shadow's full, I see yours and it's saying view. And now if I can just see Queen of Soul, if she pops up as well. There we are. So Queen of Soul, I see you. And let's see if it lets me request you. Let's see. Oh, yes. I got you, girl. Now, just so everyone knows, that's the coordinator of New York, so it wasn't me being...
Hi.
Hello, my gorgeousness.
Hello.
Oh, this is so wonderful.
Yes, it is.
Unexpected as well. Oh, look, my dog's going to start barking if he sees that.
Hi, Mies. Oh, my God, how funny.
So I just want to check my volumes up and everything. I think that's right. There we are. We got it. We got it.
Hi.
So, where should we start, darling? Because I think that, I think that you can talk. I think you can talk a little bit about your situation, and then that could maybe relate and then advise, and I think that might be perfect.
Sure. So I'll just kind of pick up where you and I have left off. And I messaged you. I spoke with him on Monday and just said, because as I say to you guys in our group, I'm not in union, but we weren't in separation. And I kept saying I was dating my twin, which sounded like a cute idea at the time, but you don't want to date your twin.
I could not ever.
No, you want to be with your twin in union. Yeah. And just talking to you and speaking with Alicia, it was me accepting a situation out of a lack of self-confidence and self-worth.
Self-esteem, yeah.
And it's very strange just in the last few days, kind of this veil starting to lift for me, because on Monday I just said to him, I'm not honoring what this is.
Yeah.
We're not honoring what this is.
It's not serving me. And it's just not serving me now.
No.
That's it. It's not serving me right now.
But I want to say to everybody, this has been going on for 3 years, this game, and it has been really volatile and toxic. Mm-hmm. As much as we love each other, and we do. Mm-hmm. But we've come to a place recently where that's all settled down, and I can look at him because of the healing that I have gone through so far. And I was able to say, I love you, but I love me. But I really have a lot more love to give myself.
If you don't love me more, you're not really ready to be in a relationship.
No.
Guys, because what I've been given as like a bit of a challenge is just to try and get everyone as healed as possible by the time we finish up this year. And the thing is the most effective thing that you can do in your life, and I've said this on 2 other lives, and I'm going to say it a 3rd time, is to sit down and write down the names of the 5 to 7 people you have the most contact with, that have the most impact on your life. Write their names down now. Circle those that feel like angels. If you have any, you might not. If you don't, it means that you're creating space for them to come in. Mm-hmm. So put a circle around the angels. Now, anyone on that list who you would say is toxic, put a line through them. And you already know what to do with toxic people, guys. If it's a family member, we went through that in great detail on last week's live, and it's up on YouTube, so no one has any reason to need me to repeat that. So once you've done this and you have this grey area in between, write a number beside every person in your life from 1 to 10 on how happy they are. And then write a number for how happy you are. And then write a number for how happy you want to be. Now, you are to understand that you can only be around people that are 2 numbers below where you want to be. And if you put yourself around anyone that's more than 2 numbers, the way my angels have described it is, imagine the goal is to be like boiling water turning into steam, to rise, to come up. That's the goal. Now, what happens every time you are around somebody that's a lower frequency, lower vibration, lower temperature, they're cooling down your water. You can't turn into steam if you keep pouring cold water in the pan. How is the water going to boil?
Yep.
Does everyone understand? This is the most effective thing. This is the one thing no one wants to do. This is the one thing no one wants to do it, and your ego won't want you to do it. It will give you every reason in the world to not separate from people that are not showing you the level of love and respect and honor that you know as a queen you deserve.
You said to me, I think it was like 2 weeks ago, and you said you were like separation. And I was like, I can't, you know, like, because first of all, I didn't want to be alone. And secondly, I'm thinking, well, if I give him that freedom, where is he going to go?
Mm-hmm.
Nowhere. There is no separation. It's not really separation. That's a lack mentality. And as Alicia very clearly made it very clear to me, I don't have him right now anyway.
No.
And I don't mean have in a controlling way. I'm not in a relationship with him right now anyway. Nothing close to what I deserve.
Yeah, exactly.
And what was happening is every time he was coming into my life, and I could romanticize it any way I want to. Oh, but he's taking me to dinner. We're going on a date. I'm staying over. I could make it sound any way I wanted to. It wasn't what it really was, because I was getting my self-worth and my happiness from teeny tiny little moments.
So I need to jump in. First of all, that is basically you were prepared to accept breadcrumbs. And I remember myself a few years ago feeling like if I could just get contact with my twin, I'd accept breadcrumbs. It lasted about 3 minutes, but the thought occurred. So I understand people feeling that. Now I want to address some of the things people are saying. They're saying, if I do that, I'll be alone. So that's my response. And what? Be alone. Work on your body, work on your mind, work on your diet, work on your career, work on your business, work on you, elevate.
I just got back from the gym. I joined the gym this week. And I feel so good. I feel so good.
The ego keeps you with these people around by saying to you, oh, they're working on themselves. What, are they working as hard as you? And are you using the fact that they need to work on themselves to slow down your ability to work on yourself? Is it just an excuse? Their lives are in such a mess that your life looks amazing in comparison, so you keep them around? Let's be real, guys. Be on your own. Really. Be on your own. Honestly, like last year, I was studying and I was changing my business a little bit. I barely left the house, except for buying groceries, between September and February. Seriously, I'd go to Kroger, but I literally was working. I was studying. I remember I'll tell you when I left the house. Thanksgiving for 3 hours. New Year's Eve for 2 hours at 11 o'clock till 1 o'clock. Christmas Day for 3 hours. My birthday on January 7th for 2 hours for some Indian food, and I was back home again after that. That was from September to February. But look what I created in that time. Stop needing other people. Don't need them. Because how are you going to become fully healed until you can be at peace? You have to love you, love your company. You know, work on arts and crafts and growing vegetables, growing flowers, decorate. Go to the gym, do yoga, do a course, like do what you need to do.
Someone said to me the other day or like a week ago, to look in the mirror and talk to him and send him love. But remember that we are one. And when I started doing that, I couldn't look in the mirror at myself. And I thought to myself, if we're one, and I can't look and give me love, I have no business in trying to tackle this right now.
Yeah.
At all.
Honestly,
so
I understand.
I just have none. And I've been very candid with you and the women in our group. I am finalizing a divorce. I'm 34 and starting over. I know what my purpose and my passion is now, but I haven't made that happen yet. Yeah. I want this union. I see this as a king and a queen.
Yeah.
And it is deserving of that. So I don't want him to take care of me.
No.
I don't want him to keep me. I want him to treat me well, but I want to come to this.
Yes.
A whole woman.
Absolutely.
With all my own stuff.
Here's the thing, guys. I'd like you also, while we're doing this, is think about what it is that you would like to do with your twin when you're with them. Like, you know, like, for example, I know me and my twin, I want us to travel around the world, help a lot of people in third world countries. I want to do things like that. Guess what I'm meant to do now? Exactly fucking that. I'm not meant to wait. How about I would like to have iridescent $300 dinner plates. And I'm thinking, well, that would be nice for maybe wedding gifts, you know, when me and him get married. Guess what? I'm going to buy them fuckers myself.
Yeah,
why?
absolutely.
About now. Give it to you now. What are you waiting for him to give you? Give it to yourself. Mm-hmm. Because the fact is, until you learn to give it to yourself, they're not going to learn to give themselves what they need to do. And the two of you are stuck. You can't, the way that this evolves is by you evolving. Yep. You have to evolve and continually evolve. And like, I can't wait to see how much I evolve over the next 3 months. You know, mm-hmm. But let's have a look at, I think it's, I can't believe how perfect it is that I'm looking at you right now, Jaclyn, really. Because she's actually one of the people that's the inspiration behind doing the live. And to have her here now, and for you guys to be able to feel her words, feel her emotion, I couldn't have done it better. If I was not doing it on my own, it wouldn't be anywhere near as good as this.
I just want to say though, I just want to say to anybody that's watching or listening, I messaged Amelia like almost 2 weeks ago, weeping in my car. Like this, there's so many moments of this that suck and bring you to your knees. That's growth and that's awakening. It's not easy. It's really not easy. And please trust me when I tell anybody, it was not easy to leave an 8-year marriage. You know, like, I'm on my own. I'm living in my mother's house. Like, but it won't it won't be forever.
Jaclyn, I had this conversation with my mum. I think one of the hardest things for human beings is letting go. Mm-hmm. Literally, that sentence. In fact, again, guys, if you have a pen and paper, write down, oh, hello, my darling. That's one of my good friends. That's Jonathan. Here's the thing. What I want you to do is actually write down, Jonathan's energy is so powerful, it's just thrown my head off for a minute. He's like my brother. We know each other from Atlantis, blah, 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 blah. So I have to like focus. Make your face go away off there, Jonathan, so I can focus. What was I saying? So it was like, hold on, remind me where I was, because I do.
You were writing about letting go.
Yes. So if you can write down the words, let it go, and write down, in all honesty, what you need to let go. Like, what do you need to let go? Because, and write it down without fear. Just write it down, first of all. We're not saying you have to do it yet. Just write it down. What do you need to let go? Do you need to let go of weight? Do you need to let go of bad diet? Do you need to let go of toxic family relationships that have kept you engaged in the same childhood traumas over and over and over? Doesn't mean you have to cut them off. All you have to do is watch my YouTube that tells you how to deal with toxic family members. Go to it now. It's listed on my Instagram. But what do you need to let go of? Because what the ego does is it keeps us. It can come up with every excuse. Remember, it knows everything that your parents have ever told you. It has all your ancestral stuff. It knows how to push all your buttons to keep you where you're meant to be. Now, here's the thing. This is actually a big, serious thing. If we get cut off now, it's because I'm actually about to do some major shadow work. So here's the thing, guys, right? When you will have received a message from your angels, from your high self, whispering to you what you need to let go of. And if you're honest with yourself, you're going to be aware that they did tell you. But guess what? You didn't fucking listen. So what happened? Pain had to be coming. Pain had to come in. Because when we don't listen to the higher self and the angels, God's only left with one option. They ain't fucking listening. We need to give them some pain. Right? Because pain is the only thing that humans will actually feel something and go, I need to make a change. And so whenever you experience pain, guys, instead of thinking, why me, and blah, 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 going into victim mode, oh, I'm depressed, any of this bullshit, actually say to yourself, I'm experiencing pain. What part of my intuition, what guidance did I not listen to? And what change do I need to make? and how do I need to change my life, and who do I need to lose? What do I need to lose? What do I need to let go of? You're like an air balloon. All this stuff is like what is like weights. As you let go of them, you just rise. People ask me, they say, oh, you're the happiness guru, you're always happy. I don't sit there and go, oh, I'm going to be happy today. Oh, I'm consciously going to respond in a happy manner. I'm going to do this, and I must think positive. And it's not like that. When you've healed and you've let go of it, it's actually like, I wouldn't know how to become truly annoyed if I had to. Like, I wouldn't even know how to, you know?
Mm-hmm. I'm always like shocked when shit comes up in the group and we're going at Amelia like, well, this happened and this happened. She's like, okay. And we're all like, and she's like, okay, guys, okay.
Because it's always ego and shadow. And we just have to say, you know, often, you know, people are responding in ways that you could take it as, oh, this is upsetting me. Whereas actually what it is the trash is taking itself out.
Amelia, oh my God, I've been saying it all week. I've been going, the trash will take itself out. I don't have to worry about it. The trash will always take itself out. It's not my problem.
It's so true. It's like you can have a girlfriend that you've had for many, many years, and then you have a bust up and she stops talking to you. Guess what? She's taking the trash out for herself.
Yeah.
She's saving you the bother. You know, if you're meant to have moved home and you didn't bloody listen, guess what? Someone's going to have an ego attack and you're gonna want to move home.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So,
but I mean, like, when you start rising, when you start to let that shit go, and guys, it does take a lot of work, but when you let it go, it happens fast. That ascension happens fast because it doesn't matter. It's bullshit.
Yeah.
I mean, and that was Monday. I said to him, I was like, I love you, but this doesn't work for me. And last night I was on my way. Everybody, most of you guys know I work part-time as a wedding singer. I was driving. I have not been, you know, like you always say, like, let the tears come, feel what you need to feel. And I do. But I also realized I had a habit of bringing myself down. I was really good at putting myself in a bad place and keeping myself stuck there and being a victim. So I made, you know, like my empowered playlist, and I've been feeling good, and I joined a gym, and I'm like, how do I get 2020 off to a, you know, like a kick-ass start? 5:30 last night, I'm driving to my gig. I cut my hair. I felt like a fucking fox, and his name popped up on my phone, missing you. So I miss you too. Dunzo. And it just on and on and on all night. I said, listen, I feel the same way I did Monday. This is what I need. This is what I deserve. This is what we deserve.
yes.
And if you can't do that, it's okay. I will send you love and pray for you.
Yeah. Because here's the thing, if you enable them and you keep letting them give the crumbs, if they're just sprinkling breadcrumbs from every so often and you accept it, why have they got any motivation to change?
They don't.
If they see you moving house, setting up a business, getting in shape, looking amazing, with tons of male soulmates around you, all falling for your
And
attention,
bangs.
what do you think is going to motivate them to get their shit together?
Yeah. Yeah.
You've got to motivate them to get their shit together. They've got to keep going. But not also on a spiritual level, you're connected. So as you come into your power, they start coming into their power. They may have completely different things they need to heal. You might need to heal your financial and your material and your business. Might need to start the whole spiritual inner child, blah, blah, blah stuff. But it's going to be whatever. As you do productive, proactive things to inspire and improve and aspire to the highest level you can be, guess what? They're going to do the same. And you'll meet them at the top. I mean, you know, it's like I'll meet you on the top of the mountain.
Yeah.
You know? Because if you keep trying to carry them or push them up or wait for them to carry you up, you ain't going nowhere, mate.
No.
Going nowhere.
No. And I think there are a lot of us, and I'm not saying this in judgment, I'm calling myself out, but there are so many of us that think that life doesn't begin until they come for us.
Yes.
And we're waiting for them to come and get us. That's what I was doing. I was waiting for him. I was waiting for him to smarten up and come and save me. I don't want him to save me.
No.
I don't want him to save me.
Save yourself.
Yep. I don't. I want him to respect me and be my partner.
Yeah.
And share this love with me, this beautiful love story. And I know we will.
Yeah.
That is.
You're going to inspire him.
Yeah.
You're going to inspire him by doing what you're doing, because doing what you were doing was enabling him to stop him from growing.
Yeah.
You need to go away and grow so that he can grow.
Yeah.
And that's what we have to do sometimes, you know? This is sometimes what we have to do. I mean, me and my twin, we had sort of, ongoing contact. I mean, with us, technically, we've been in separation 10 years, but it's not really 10 years because I was thinking about it just today. Last time I had a house similar to where I am now was actually around the time I had my last contact with him. So about four years ago, I think. He sent me a message and I misunderstood it. Not quite sure to this day whether he was saying what I thought he was saying or whether I imagined it. And I just basically shut him down and blocked him, and then started dating a really nice soulmate. And it was funny because the same soulmate has come around this last week or two and helped me out with some things. And it's like, but this is why I want to talk about healthy relationships. Write down as well. So now you're beginning to get a bit of a list, people, okay? But write down what you want. Now, not just with your twin, write down what you want. So, for example, I want to get married and I'd like to have children. Okay, so that means if I meet a guy, it doesn't matter how amazing he is, what he buys me, or what he does. If he is not looking to get married and have children, it means he's not an option for me.
Yeah.
Does that make sense, guys? I am not prepared to accept less than that. So, for example, that soulmate I'm talking about, I don't know. I have to ask him. He's been going through a divorce for absolutely years because he's got all these $1 million houses or whatever, and the woman's trying to take half the money and blah blah. But the point is, if he's still in a divorce, then that's not someone I can even consider dating. Why? Because you can't. I know what I want. So you have to know what you want and stick firm by it. And the same thing again, there's this really young guy, sexy as hell, texted me the other night, what you doing? I didn't even reply. Why? Because what's the point? What's the point? What's the point? Really? And
that's been a big signal for me the last few weeks of my growth, the growth that I had already achieved, because it comes in stages. But when my twin wasn't giving me enough attention,
mm-hmm.
I would, as soon as someone paid me any mind, or just to feel good, I would text an old boyfriend or put a selfie up, because I felt like I needed it so bad. I had 3 ex-boyfriends reach out last week because I look a lot different than when I was married. I was a bump on a log when I was married. And they're like, how are you? You look so good. You should send me another pic in that. I don't even respond.
No.
I don't need it.
Because the thing is, I had my stepping stone soulmate in the spring. And he was wonderful. And it was one of those things where it was literally, called on time, texted on time, communicated, picked me up on time, arranged beautiful dates, arranged beautiful trips, was very good listener, just excellent guy. And everybody, if you've gone from a karmic, traumatic, drama-filled relationship and you think you're going to then get with your twin, the chances are it's not going to happen that way. You need to have a stepping stone soulmate where it's basically blissful, and it's just perfect, and it's just great. And then then it fizzles out. And it fizzles out, and it's just well, that was nice. And then and that's it. And there's no drama. To this moment, I could pick up pick up the phone to that guy right now and just say, how are you? It's a grown adult, nice relationship. You need to add one of those, because guess what? When the twin shows up and he's not healed properly, kind of like what Jaclyn's going through, if you haven't had a stepping stone soulmate treat you like a fucking princess, a fucking queen, then you will let that twin get away with stuff. Whereas I know exactly how I'm supposed to be treated. So let's say my twin did show up now and he was trying to do anything other than what I've already had. It's not even an option, even though it's my twin. Because the fact is, yes, he's my twin, but maybe I'm meant to be with a soulmate for the next 10 years and raise a couple of kids, and I'm meant to be with him in 10 years' time. Maybe. Or maybe he's meant to pop up next week because we only live 3 miles from me, we're literally, where I've moved to, I'm 3 miles from him. If that. Maybe 1.9 miles. You know, it's fucking ridiculous. Especially when you know who he is. Like, that's how close we live to each other. But, you know, so this is the thing, guys. And so what I want to address with the girls is something else. If anyone tried to book a free call with me last week, there was a tech issue with GoDaddy, who I got my URL with. And they sent an email to the wrong email letting me know that there was some issue. And I never found out about it until today when I was checking Alicia on my calendar. And I was like, hold on, what's wrong with my website? I was like, oh, shit. So, yeah, if anyone saw that, that was totally not planned. But it's now working. And this is the thing. As you guys have heard, you know, when Jaclyn was going through this, there was one thing and one thing only that I wanted to do for her. And that was get her on the phone with Alicia. Alicia's just a star when it comes to relationships. Yes,
and Alicia's no bullshit. She's no bullshit.
She will tell you how it is. But here's the thing. You know how often you have girlfriends that are always the break up with him type, break up with him, break up with him. Let me tell you this. One of my clients actually is a twin. She's gorgeous, gorgeous lady. And she was in the process of leaving her husband to be with her twin, or to just leaving her husband. She did a session with Alicia, and as a result of that conversation, she realised she actually is meant to stay with her husband for now and to actually enjoy it, and that he's a wonderful person, and that they're to actually enjoy their time together, and that the twin's a fucking idiot right now and needs to be left alone. So don't get the opinion that if you talk with Alicia, she's just going to tell you to break up like with Jaclyn, because one other lady who is a twin was leaving her husband and actually has renewed her relationship with her husband and is doing better than ever. Mm-hmm. Now, does that mean it's forever? Who knows? Is she doing great in the present? Yes. Fuck yes. Is that what's important? Yes. How do you feel now? How do you feel right now?
Right.
That's what's important.
Mm-hmm. And Alicia is not going to, she's not going to sugarcoat it.
No.
But it's that is the thing. How do you feel right now? And one thing she was telling me that she got from you was you have to get to the point where if I never see him again, I'll be okay. If I never see him again, I'll be okay. And I am not going to sit here and say that I'm there today, but
she had to work on it too.
It's work, but that is where we all, because at the end of the day, we have to live with ourselves.
Yes.
Ourselves.
You see, it's funny, my stepping stone soulmate, we were perfect when I was able to say to him, let's just live in the present, let's just enjoy the moment. And then he would get a little bit insecure and be like, well, can't you just be my girlfriend? Can't we have at least the title? And I'd be like, oh, okay. And then it would start to be a problem again. But when I was like, let's just enjoy them now, it was perfect. Mm-hmm. But, you know, the thing is, like I said, Alicia had to learn too. She met her, her soulmate that she's with right now when she was in the program. You know, it quite often happens when girls are in my program. Danielle, she met her guy. Oh my God, he's fucking amazing, her guy. Danielle's guy is an angel. He's an actual angel. He got in the car with me yesterday. I had 3 movers cancel on me, back to back. Can you imagine being packed, ready to move?
No.
And have 3 movers cancel. Anyway, finally, the 3rd mover showed up with 4 men instead of 2 and a huge truck and got it done in half the time. So it ended up being a blessing. So again, the pain, you're like, what's it telling me? You don't get in an angry and cry. You're like, this is telling me I meant to use someone else. You try someone else. And then that doesn't work out. I meant to try someone else. You know what I mean? It's like, you have to just keep going. You have to become unstoppable.
You have to learn to stay grounded. You have to learn to stop getting, stop being a chess piece. You know, like stop being something that everybody can move around. You decide. Yeah. Stop it. You know,
I mean, like, scared of being on your own.
Exactly. And I said, I'll hear what you have to say tomorrow. I'll listen to you. But I'm not sleeping over. No, it's not a date. I will hear what you have to say. But my body.
And then you might need to take a 6-week break. You might need to
exactly. But my point is, if I have to take the 6-week break, I'll be fine. I'll be fine. We will all be fine. That is the thing. I mean, Amelia, you know, I was talking to Amelia 2 weeks ago, you guys, and I was petrified at just the idea of not speaking to him. And I'm not saying it doesn't suck. And I'm not saying that you don't have moments. Like, I miss him, of course. And I'll be thrilled to see him tomorrow. He's the cutest thing in the world, and I want to bite his face off. But if we can't be where we need to be, because this is, not to sound cheesy, but it's the greatest love.
Yeah, well, someone has to put a stop. Someone has to say, right, that's not okay. Because even when I say to you that, like, you know, 4 years ago when I last had contact with my twin, I still don't know. Like I said, I still don't know whether he was saying something rude or he wasn't. It was like a weird thing. It was a weird thing. Let me see how I can share it with you guys. So basically, I'd seen him and he was with his bodyguard, and I had my assistant with me, and my assistant was the cutest thing. She looked like Madonna's daughter. And he said, why don't you come over and bring your sexy assistant? Now, the thing is, his bodyguard probably said, tell her to bring her sexy assistant. But when I saw it, I was like, is he trying to say that we're going to have a threesome? I was like, yeah. I went nuts. I was like, who the hell do you think you are? You offered to marry me to get all those things. How dare you? And I was like, you must have got dropped on your head, blah, blah, blah. And I just blocked him and switched off my phone and didn't speak to him again for like 4 years. So
and that's Amelia.
Poor man. Poor man. Oh my God. Like, really, I put my twin through hell and back. But guess what? You know, he activated me. I'm exactly where I'm meant to be now. Life is amazing. And honestly, guys, like, I have wonderful people. I speak with Danny, Divine Feminine, once a day. I speak with Alicia every day. I have Danielle, who's my junior master coach, who's also my personal assistant. Speak to her every day. I have Dana. You know, I'm talking with Jaclyn and the other coordinators. Yes, I'm very blessed. But are there people here? Not really. In fact, me and Jonathan, that's my friend Jonathan, we had some food the other day. He helped me out with something to my move. But I don't need people. This is what I'm saying. I don't need people. I just have the people that are in my life. So just love yourself and be prepared. Be an island for a minute. I tell you what, it's funny though, because the people that call themselves advanced spiritually, they're all on their island thing where they don't want to connect and unify with the rest of the community because they're too advanced. But that's when you don't want to be an island.
To that point, Alicia said to me that she had spoken to a very close friend of hers, and the friend was like, so what have you been up to? Like, I haven't seen you or talked to you in forever. And Alicia was just like, yeah. It's not a big deal. Like, what I've been up to is me. And if you are at a point where the idea of being by yourself in this big house is the worst thing you can think of, you're not ready. You're not ready to be with your fucking twin. You're sure as shit not ready to be in union.
Absolutely.
I mean, like, that's the thing. I until I'm cool with this setup as is.
Yeah.
And just think of it this way too. This is something I really do keep in the back of my head, or actually in the front of my head. I love him. It's the best thing that's ever happened to me. He is the best thing that's ever happened to me. But because of that, when it happens, it's going to happen for good.
Yeah.
And it's going to happen the right way because it is deserving of that.
Yeah. It's just you building up the self-esteem to know what you want and not accept anything less. Yeah. Now, someone asked about Alicia. So anyone that's not aware, I run a coaching company. I'm known as the Happiness Guru, and my number one master coach is Alicia Bravo. And she does a lot of the coaching with me, and she is my best expert when it comes to relationships, like when people are trying to work out whether they should be in or out, because she's been through it all, and she's currently in a very happy, stable relationship. So it's just, you know, she's a great person to talk to about it. So if anyone wants to book a free call, the way you do it is you just click the link in my bio and go through to watch my free training. And then underneath the free training, it just says book a free call. And you click that and it will just take you through, and it will automatically book you with myself or Alicia, depending on who's available. So
you couldn't go wrong with either.
Say that again.
I said you couldn't go wrong with either.
Yeah, I mean, we just let God figure it out, you know, because, you know, especially in the, you know, we've got so many changes going on and everything. But that's, oh, thank you. Yeah, there's so many of my clients on here, I just don't even know where to start. And it's like, I just love all of you. And I just know that healing yourself and detoxifying your atmosphere, because also it's hard to detox if you're not doing the healing work. You need to do the healing work, and then it's hard if you're doing the healing work and you're not detoxifying. You've got to do both. In fact, that's something I want to talk about. So with my clients, we tend to have a no dating policy. So what that means is if you're happily married, wonderful. Happily married people do the best in my program. Why? Because their lives are settled. All they're doing is fine-tuning a few bits. If you're single, great. We just ask you to don't get into anything too deep right now. Avoid dating completely for 6 weeks if you can, because we're doing shadow work. And shadow work is hard enough without having romantic ego as well as basic ego to deal with. Because what will happen is the romantic ego will mean that when you're on the phone with one of these coaches that can change your life, you'll spend the whole time just talking about a man. And this man, and he did this, and I did this, and that's not important right now. What's important is you.
Hi.
It's true. What's important is you, how you were brought up, your childhood, what wounds you had, what led you to be in that relationship with that man and to create those patterns. We're interested in you. We want to talk about you. So anybody, because I have a couple of girls. There's another girl, wonderful girl. I actually just saw that she is watching. So who also has a bit of a similar thing. Maybe she actually will reach out to you. You know who you are, beautiful girl. Maybe reach out directly with Jaclyn. She goes by Queen of Soul. She's the coordinator of New York on the Divine Feminine's UK 1111. You two are going through some similar stuff, and I think you two can help each other. She's one of my VIP clients because she's doing the healing, but it's so hard to do the healing when you're still having literally a physical relationship with somebody that's not honoring you fully. You know?
It's taking from you. It's taking from you. That's what it's doing.
Sorry, I just saw Dale. 1 second. I think Dale may have messaged you. There's also a South African girl that lives in London. You know who you are. And so I'm just smiling at her. But yeah, hit up Jaclyn as well, because it's almost like, you know how we all have each other to commiserate and help each other with being in separation. Well, the girls that are in contact and trying to like deal with these guys, they almost need a little support group too. And then obviously me and Alicia can advise it, you know?
We do. And it's, I would kind of, I don't know how you feel about this, Amelia, but I would kind of discourage people from, as you kind of say, the muggles. I would kind of discourage people from talking about it with your regular friends, because I don't know that you're going to get the advice that's going to really help you.
So she's completely right. And it's something I said in the last live and the live before that. If somebody has a lower vibration than you, they will naturally advise you wrong. And they will not know they're doing it. They will not do it on purpose. They may love you more than life itself. But if their vibration is lower than yours, this can be your mother, this can be your current best friend, who probably won't be your best friend in a couple of years or a couple of months or a couple of weeks. Why? Because you are evolving. And as you're rising, they're going to try and pull you down, because if you evolve, they have to then face what do they need to do to evolve, and they don't want to face that shit, so they'd rather just pull you back down again. So if you evolve, be prepared to let people go, because you're moving on. But guess what? That's why we have the Divine Feminine UK 111 community, where you can find other women like you around the entire world. So it doesn't matter if you're alone. Guess what? Because you're not alone.
You're not. No, you're not.
We're a 1,000-strong army of women. How are you alone?
I have Jane in Australia in the middle of the night. Poor Jane. I got to send her an edible arrangement. My God. Thank God. Because we're all in different parts of the earth, and we're just like, you know. But it's true, because I've said it to people that don't understand, and they go, fuck him. Well, fuck him. He's a piece of shit. And it's like, no.
Oh, no, stop that.
Yeah.
That's a woman when that happens, they think they're showing you. They think they're showing you love. They think they're advising you right, because in their mind, it's either fuck him or go and fuck him. You know, that's how life is in Muggle world. But the point is that when a woman speaks that way, that's a woman who's been badly treated by men. That's a woman who's had a constant, that's probably never had a healthy relationship. She's one of those girlfriends who's never really done it, you know. So how can they advise you? But they're always full of advice. You know, it's funny that, you know, they're full of advice. And yeah,
they've got a lot to say because they're working their shit out on you.
It's like, have you actually lived with someone for a couple of years and thrived with them before? Yeah. I mean, if you haven't, then that's what I want. So I need to get advice from someone who has. You know, Dana, my number 2 master coach, you know, married to her twin. They're absolutely in paradise, you know. So again, if I was having any issues with my twin and we were together, I would speak to Dana. Absolutely. Because they are very happy over there. So think about it, guys. This is all about the same thing. It's who's around you. Who are you talking to? Who are you listening to? Start clearing some space around you, literally like in a circle. Like, do you see what I'm saying? Like you're like clearing, pushing back. And don't worry if you're there isolated in the middle on your own, because guess what? You'll have a thriving business. Your health will be great. You'll have amazing female friends across the world that support and love you. And in the future, we'll be at retreats together, dancing about wearing white dresses. So, you know. Oh, dear.
Exactly.
Yes, marriage for twins is coming. Yes, it will. And the thing is what motivates a man to marry a woman is obviously the fact that he respects her, he adores her, and he doesn't want anyone else to have her. So the best thing a woman can possibly do is be dressing nice and in great shape and hanging out with friends and socializing and building her business and driving a nice car and going on holidays and living her fucking life. Because guess what? He's like, oh shit, I need to marry her.
And don't wait for him to come around to do all that shit. Do not.
That's what I'm saying.
Don't be this, because I've done that. Don't be this chick that's at home with hair coming off your legs out the window that you don't brush your teeth unless you've got a date. Do it for you right now. Do it for you. Like, I went to the gym today and I looked like I was going to the fucking club. And I felt like a babe. And I like it. Who wouldn't want to feel that way?
Exactly.
You know, like, I went somewhere the other day and my mom's like, where are you going? I'm like, to Target. Duh.
I know, I'm sat in my house and after this I might go and buy pet food, but it's like,
going to Starbucks and Target, you know, like.
Yeah. Why not? Why not?
It honestly, the world should be your runway. You like, we should not be waiting. And that was the biggest mistake I was making. Or one of them is that it's like I was waiting for this union to live my life.
I mean, honestly, guys, don't you think that it would have been nice for me if I could have been with my twin before I started having this 1,000 women community, so I could have been relaxed and chilled with him? That would have been lovely, but guess what? Not meant to be.
Yeah.
Not about, you know, maybe even, would it be nice if I'd waited to be with him before I bleached my hair blonde and turned into a unicorn? Oh, might have been nice. You know, maybe this apartment, you know, whatever. It's like, you have to do what you need to do, and you need to do it now.
Now.
And point. And if there's nothing. Literally, you're meant to just run into them in the street at some point in the future when you're thriving, they're thriving. You just go, hi, should we thrive together? Great, let's go feel it, let's go. No.
Yeah.
You see, it's the energy. That's the energy. The energy isn't they come in. Oh, but now we need to start a business, and I need you to buy me a house, and I haven't had my hair done, and I need to go to the dentist, and no, and I need to lose weight. Oh, that's not going to happen like that. You are going to be fighting so high, and you're literally just going to run into each other, and it's just going to go bang. But it's not going to happen if you're not in that high vibe, you know?
Mm-hmm. We are our own saviors. Somebody just wrote, we are our own saviors. One of my girls wrote that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that was the mistake I was making, was waiting for him to live my life.
Yeah.
Because I felt like, oh, if he's not here, I don't want to. No.
Yeah. And I think we touched on so many things, you know, separate from some of the muggles. Don't talk to the muggles about stuff. Reevaluate who's in your life. And if you end up on your own, guess what? That's a fucking great thing. Because do you know what happens? You'll be on your own. You will start rising. And then you'll attract this whole new circle of amazing soul tribe people. And it's going to be fucking fantastic.
It's really crazy how it happened because I felt like, I think I went through my dark night of the soul. And 3 days later, your post went up where and that's how we all formed the coordinators and the groups. And now, I mean, like, then what happened was meeting all of you, and I started to be able to build myself up. Now, obviously, it's still happening, and something huge just happened last week, like I've been telling everybody, but it comes in waves. That's why, I mean, like...
So I have to interrupt. I'm so glad you went through what you did, because I'm so glad you're here now to be able to talk about this, because I was told this is what I was to talk about today. And like I said, I was only told last night. In my dream of dreams, it would be to have you here with me talking about it from your own experience and living it and being in it now. This is why Alicia was supposed to not be available. This is why Danny currently doesn't have internet. This is the reason why I was meant to just say, I'm going to get on here and see what the fuck happens. And, you know, I will let some people join. But obviously, I'm going to give priority to Alicia, or one of my coaches, or one of the coordinators, because we have such an established relationship that the group and the community gets the most out of it, you know? Mm-hmm. Oh, we must keep an eye on time. It's 6:50. What time did we start? 5:55. Yeah. So we've probably got 5 minutes. If anyone has questions, and I'm just going to scroll through here because I really couldn't keep up with all of that. Yeah. Love you. Well done, Jessica. Let's see. Angelic healing. Hello, my darling. Let me see. You can keep talking while I'm doing this if you like, darling. I was just going to say, like I said to you guys, I was married for 8 years. I thought probably my soulmate or maybe my karmic, but I was married for 8 years. My ex-husband had stage 4 cancer. I got him through it. It showed me a huge part of my purpose, which is that I want to go into medicine and healing. And I already am in that. But I was a 30-year-old nanny. I was really living under my potential and very comfortable doing so. I met my twin, and I met my twin 3 years ago next week, and it turned my whole life upside down in the best way possible. It has been the worst / best thing that ever happened to me. So I just want everybody to know, like, that's how it goes. That's how it goes. It's never how you'd expect. Like, there was me, you know, I used to be a rapper. I'm from London. And, you know, I used to have my hair in cane-row, wearing crazy sporty clothes. Then I worked in fashion for a bit. And now I've come full circle. I'm going to be 41 in January. And I just basically don't give a fuck. And look at this, this hair. I'm just, like, having fun. Like, like, look at this glass. As I look, this pretty glass. I'm just having fun. Like, you know? And it's like, what? The thing is, once you can get, the thing is with enlightenment, true enlightenment is when you can reach a point of just saying, I trust God. That's it. Yeah. Nothing can shake you. Nothing can bother you. I mean, you know, the things that happen are crazy that I have happened. You know, I have emails that don't go through. Like I said, the whole thing with my website was because I sent an email through to my business partner. He didn't get it. And he didn't get the text message telling him that the email had been sent. And so it's like things like that. You know, there's a lot of stuff that tries to fuck with me to try and agitate me. But when it happens, I'm like, what did this teach me? What's this meant to make me think? What would the darkness want me to think right now? So, okay, so I need to think the opposite. It's like, you know, it's like being able to take that time and take a step back. But again, I know that what I do is quite unusual, and not a lot of humans can actually really zoom out to the height that I do. Mm-hmm. But my coaches can, my clients can, because it's possible. You just have to clear away the junk. And if you want help clearing away the junk, do something about it, you know? Book a call with us. What did you say? There was something that you said on the live with Alicia about when you educate yourself, ego really starts to attack. And I feel like that is really true, and people need to understand that.
because it can fuck you up.
Yeah. So the thing is that the only way to heal, for some reason this camera's not straight, there we go. The only way to heal is education and clearing. If you do just clearing, you'll doubt that the ego is being weakened. If you just do education, the ego gets cleverer.
Right.
So that's why people will hear me or talk with me and go, oh my God, I feel so enlightened now. And I just feel really, and I'm like, oh, my angels want me to swear. Sorry, guys, they really want me to swear. They're like, this is what they just said. So somebody will hear me and they'll be like, oh, I feel really enlightened now. And da-da-da. And then my angels are just like, bitch, you ain't done no work. Seriously. Like, this is the point. It's like you have to do the clearing and the education together, because we're actually doing true shadow work. We are changing you forever. You couldn't go back to the old you if you tried, and you would never want to. We are removing darkness out of you that has been keeping you in a self-sabotaging pattern and cycle that's been passed down from generation, from your mother's mother, and all the way back to God knows when. We are stopping that, clearing it, so you don't pass it on to your children, so that you stop now repeating these patterns, so that you can truly love yourself and really actually have the gifts. We're all earth angels. You wouldn't be here if you weren't an earth angel. Everybody that's watching this is an earth angel. You all were incarnated here to help this earth rise. Because if you weren't one of those people, you wouldn't be able to tolerate the energy. You'd be like, who does that woman think she is? Oh, they wouldn't be able to feel us, you know?
Right.
The muggles, you know? So I don't worry about the muggles. I just try and just stay away from them.
Yeah. I was just laughing though, because I was saying to my friend Kevin, who's he's a divine feminine, and he's on his journey with his twin, and we were just saying, like, if you had told me 2 years ago that somebody would be saying, are you okay, why aren't you sleeping well, and I'm going, oh, I'm fine, like my third eye is just activating. But that's
honey, honey, I've just realized we are on 5:55 and we will lose this if I don't cut us off before it ends.
Go ahead. I love you.
Stingy is Queen of Soul 111. She's the coordinator of New York. I'm Amelia, Happiness Guru. And if you want to book a free call with myself or my master coach, Alicia Bravo, just click the link in my bio and go through and watch the training and click the button, and you can just have a free call with her. And she's the one who gives the best relationship advice you've ever fucking heard in your life.
Yes.
I love you, Jaclyn.
I love you so much.
Yeah. Love everybody and speak with you all soon. Bye-bye.
Love you guys. Night.